We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the Houston Texans. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Here comes Bruce Ellington on the return. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Redskins scoop it. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
Let's go, 15.
Geis, they'll try to run it. So we got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Let's go, 15.
They get it to him running left. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Smith now to throw. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now it's Ellington to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Watson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the early lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. He had a little bit of a turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made there by Mason Foster.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Back to throw, Watson, flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Watson. It's hauled in by Ellington. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Bruce Ellington, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Able to find his running back, Geis. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line.
Let's go, 15.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Let's go, 15. Liz.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look, 6 DBs. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. If it was sunny, maybe this is a field goal attempt. But with the rain, they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Yellow.
Here we go with Geis. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Let's go, 15. No, right. 15. Begin. Hey, back up. 12.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's Geis. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's go, 15.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
12. Hey, back up.
On the ground, Geis able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Settle down, huh? Check three.
They run with Geis. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. To throw on second is Watson. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
On 4th down, here's the veteran Shane Leckler to punt it away. Back deep for the Redskins, Jamison Crowder. Fielded just inside the 30. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They start on the ground with Geis. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And that'll make it 3rd down.
The name of the game, as always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. Looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
Third and long, it's Smith. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And now out comes Houston. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson dumps it complete to Miller. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. Now a 1st down throw. Watson, quick hitch, complete. It's Fuller. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play. And facing a 2nd and long. Watson looks to throw again. Flushed out right. Underneath for Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Escaping the pressure right. The catch made by Miller. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Two minutes to go here in the 1st half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, here's Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Redskins scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. completes it right side to Doxson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Smith finding Doxson that time for a Washington first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Let's go. Let's go. 15. 15, yeah.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw is Smith. He's got his man. This is Doxson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, back up. Hey, back up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And Hopkins' kick is good. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Around the NFL, 2nd quarter in Chicago. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They start the 2nd half with a run by Geis. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I said line 80. Regular. Hey, let's settle in. Come on, we're good. Hey, let's go. 15.
From the 50, it's Smith. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Hey, on. No, right. Yellow, slot. 15. 52.
Smith on first down. Caught right side, Davis. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again is Smith. Steps away to his left. This one caught by Crowder. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Redskins on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
4 down. 12. Yellow. Hey, back up. Go right. Yellow.
Again, Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. That's good for a Redskin first down. Richardson on the reception from Smith.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Smith will bring his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. On the handoff, it's Geis. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Hey, let's settle in. Come on, we're good. Hey, back up. Liz. 12.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Let's go. 15. Slot.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And this one complete to Julius Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice gain of 25 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Watson going to get this one to Miller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Richmond.
To throw on second down, Watson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Call it a gain of 5, and they're going to have a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Texans on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Back 22. Back.
Out of the gun, Watson. And incomplete here on third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's Shane Leckler now as he'll kick it away for the second time. So out now come the Redskins. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Smith now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Right.
On 1st and 10, Smith. They will find Davis on the left side, complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Off of play action. Here's Smith. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
15, yeah. Liz. Liz.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll try and run some clock here with Miller. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Watson on first down. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and a mile. Again, it's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
15.
After the interception, here's Smith. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
The Redskins on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Smith. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Right. Yellow. 12.
From the gun, here's Smith. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 13. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Richmond.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Flushed out right. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And with the play clock running low, Bill O'Brien's going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Reset, reset, reset.
Right back to him on first down. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Run, go! Yeah, baby.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. On second down, here's Miller. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The Texans on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Watson now to throw. He may try and run for this. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now a handoff to Miller. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll run it again with Miller. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
12.
He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Back up, back up, back up, back up. 15, 15.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
15, 15.
And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Hey, slot, slot, slot. 15, 15. Hey, slot, slot, slot.
They'll run for it. Geis. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. He's back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Single, slot, slot. Hey, Liz, Liz. Let's go. Let's go, 15, 15.
They'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. So they'll try to move the ball closer here on third down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact.
Yellow, yellow.
Back to throw. He finds his target. It's Crowder. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Texans, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they suffered just their second loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday afternoon at around 3:30 Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we sign off from Landover.